Hey guys, I'm Dov, and today I'm back with more Total War Warhammer 2 online action. We're here today with the High Elves, going to be facing up against the Lizard Men, so definitely in for a rough battle. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and jump straight to the army compositions. My army is indeed led by Lore Master Teclis himself, if we can get him to appear here. There we go. So he's carrying Flock of Doom. We've also got Nets of Amantok and Regrowth for healing, damage, and a net, obviously. We've also got Shield of Safri and Wildheart Lore attributes, so every time we cast a spell, those two will be proccing. So very good stuff. In addition, the front line is a mix of White Lions of Trace. We've got 2 of those. We've got 4 Spearmen mixed in, 1 Phoenix Guard in the center to act as an anchor. We got a Spearman, another White Lion, Spearman, and the same over on this flank. Spearman, White Lion, Spearman. And we've got them backed up by 4 archers with light armor. I had the extra points, so I figured upgrade these guys to light armor to make them a little bit more resistant to skirmish fire. And the main killing power of the army is here. We've got 1 Dragon Prince on this side, 1 in the rear, and another Dragon Prince over on the far side. So Dragon Princes are probably the best all-around shock cavalry in the game right now. For their cost, they have an 80 charge bonus, 25% physical resistance, and martial mastery. Excuse me. Meaning that they have excellent sustained combat stats, and just overall one of the best kind of multi-purpose cavalry units in the game, in my opinion. So we're going to be pushing these guys up towards this flank here. For my opponent's army, he does have Kroq-gar up on Grimlock. He's got 2 Laser Lizards, 2 Skink Chiefs up in the air. So no magic. He's got Temple Guards, Skink Cohorts, another Skink Cohort, another Temple Guard over here. He's got the Cold One Spear Riders here, 2 units of Chameleon Skinks, and 1 Pterodon Rider with the Fire Leech Bolas. So Fire Leech Bolas are a little bit of an odd pick in this particular matchup, just because the fire damage, number 1, it's not going to do anything to these Dragon Princes with their 70% plus fire resistance. Let's actually look and see how much it is. Yeah, 70% fire resistance. So their skirmish attacks are going to do nothing against the Dragon Princes here, and I'm not really sure why he's come down into combat in melee. A bit of an odd choice there, but it is allowing these Chameleon Skinks to get some decent fire in, but the Dragon Princes will take relatively little damage from that. We've got our archers opening up on these Skink Chiefs here, and I'm glad I brought the archers, because Skink Chiefs and Pterodon Riders are very, very common picks right now up in the air, so it's good to have some kind of archer unit or other skirmisher that can take them down. We're just pushing up through here, going to be pushing up the center as well. You can see my line is wide enough that I can kind of occupy this whole map space right here. What that's going to allow me to do is now push through with these Dragon Princes and a couple of units of infantry. We're going to get on these Chameleon Skinks and start putting them down. Maybe, if we didn't just drop the attack order there. Which it does look like they did just drop the attack order, unfortunately. So, CA, please, fix this bug. It's really embarrassing, honestly, that units are dropping attack orders still. Anyway, in the mainline engagement, we've got Saurus clashing with White Lions, or Temple Guard, actually. Temple Guard will probably beat White Lions, but the White Lions will trade reasonably cost-effectively here. We've got these Spearmen holding back 2 groups of Skinks and Temple Guard as well. Going to be tearing away all their hit points with a beautiful Flock of Doom here. We've also got this Laser Lizard that's currently inundated with Dragon Princes and the Phoenix Guard, meaning he's not going to be able to get away at all. We've got the Dragon Princes pushing through on the Chameleon Skinks here, going to be taking them out with the help of this Spearman in support as well. We're pulling this other White Lion here just to deal armor-piercing damage, and look how fast this Bastiladon's already going down. We've also got Teclis just on station, putting down a Regrowth on these White Lions to keep them nice and healthy. You can see they're actually trading, with the Regrowth, they're trading more than evenly with the Temple Guards, so super cost-effective trade for me. Kroq-gar's making his way around the flank here, so we've got archers focused fire on him. We're going to put down a net right here and pin him in place. That way we can just continue to fire on him with impunity. One of the units of archers has been routed off, unfortunately, by the Laser Lizards. They've just been taking perpetual fire from that Laser Lizard up on the hill. We have taken out the other Laser Lizard low, and these 2 units of Dragon Princes. This unit of Dragon Princes missed its charge and got tangled up with that Cold One Spear Rider. So since they're faster, we just decided to pull them away, smash this Chameleon Skink here and try and break it off. And then we'll take these 2 units together, and now we're countercharging into the Cold One Spear Riders here. Should actually proc the charge bonus and be able to put these guys down relatively quickly. Beautiful, beautiful combat here. And let's go back over to the front line. We've got Kroq-gar's net is dropped. He's going to be pushing up over towards my archers here, just aggressively pathing towards them. We're not doing a whole lot of damage at first, but given enough time, these guys will definitely whittle down Kroq-gar. We're now going to be inundating him with this kind of death blob here with the White Lions and the Dragon Princes and everything. They're just going to be inundating Kroq-gar. He does have the Cold-Blooded popped, which means his combat starts aren't going to be great. He does kind of catch this unit of archers a little bit, but the Dragon Princes are just barely able to get in here and kind of interrupt the charge. Meanwhile, in the main line engagement over here, or what's left of it, the Phoenix Guard and the White Lions of Trace now inundating this other Bastildon with the solar engine here. This unit of spearmen heroically holding the line against all these units here, allowing Teclis to drop some nice flocks of doom. We've also got a regrowth going down on this unit of Dragon Princes, and just out of curiosity, with the physical resistance from the regrowth, these guys are actually up to 47% physical resistance, so nearly half of all incoming non-magical damage is going to be mitigated by that physical resistance with the regrowth up, and of course the healing is going to take their health back up as well, so very nice for me. The two unit Dragon Princes on this side getting a little bit dragged down, but they have been able to render pretty much all these units on this side of the battlefield combat ineffective. His Skink Chiefs have also been, poking away at these guys the whole time, instead of poking away at Teclis, as probably would have been a better target. Granted, I do have all these archers still on station, so if they try and come pick away at Teclis, I'm going to be able to just turn and shoot with my archers. The Fire Leech Bolas did come back from routing, but we'll be able to rout them off shortly here. This unit of Temple Guard is the only unit of infantry that's still holding for the Lizardmen, and it does look like a little bit of friendly fire from those Fire Leech Bolas there, unfortunately, but yeah, these guys are not too long for this world. You can see the balance of power is already starting to tilt slightly in my favor here. And yeah, Kroq-gar is having to flee away. He doesn't want to get caught up in this huge kind of death ball of armor-piercing and anti-large troops. So now we're going to use this death blob to just collapse on this regrouped Temple Guard, excuse me. And this is one thing I've learned from watching tournament players and playing tournament players recently, is when you catch out isolated units like this, you just have to collapse everything as quickly as possible and take them out of the battlefield. We're going to do the same thing to this Temple Guard over here, since it's a little bit isolated. We're just going to kind of collapse all these forces onto it and just try and take it out as quickly as possible. So over on this side of the battle, my Dragon Princes did get routed off, but the Skink Chiefs are now coming back over. But you can see these Cold One Spear Riders are pretty much combat ineffective. Chameleon Skinks are barely holding on here, and because of my archers being staggered in different positions, we're going to be able to continuously get fire on the Skink Chief regardless of where he goes. We have routed off that other Bastildon with the solar engine here, and you can see what I'm talking about, just absolutely inundating this this Temple Guard and overwhelming it with superior numbers, which is not something you can often do with the High Elves, but just collapsing and just unrelenting, just cannibalizing those isolated units and really just taking them to task. You can see Kroq-gar's way over on the side here, just trying to avoid, my Dragon Princes and Death Blob here. This is very reminiscent of the kind of Chaos Infantry Death Blobs that sometimes develop in the late game of Chaos engagements. The High Elves can kind of turn into a similar situation, but Teclis leading his infantry death blob. We're now going to be collapsing on that solar engine there, just trying to whittle away the last of the Skink Chiefs to break the Lizardmen leadership here. We should be able to get them on army losses relatively soon. So Dragon Prince is charging in, going to do some decent shock damage against the solar engine and probably rout it off since they do have it surrounded already. And yep, looks like he's turning to run. So rough day for the Lizardmen, and well played to my opponent. I do enjoy this high elf build. Dragon Princes are just such a good unit of cavalry. They really have a lot going for them. So going to drop one final net here. That's going to allow us to finish off this Skink cohort and then just path the giant death blob up after Kroq-gar. So he's going to get inundated by the Dragon Princes now, and we're going to pull Teclis over to target these Skinks here just to get some free kills. And yeah, you can see that this Skink Chief being routed off. As soon as we get some solid fire on this Skink Chief, its leadership is gone, and we'll probably be able to pull out a win at that point. So you can see only 9 seconds left on the battle here, so we'll go ahead and grab just a little bit of cinematic action before the battle ends here. And looks like that's game. So well played to my opponent. Hope you guys enjoyed watching that battle. A little bit of an odd army composition. You definitely want to try and bring some kind of magic. Lore of Heavens is preferable in this engagement, in my opinion. You got your Random Thunderbolt, which is decent against armored targets. You got, Curse of the Midnight Wind and Wind Blast, lots of good stuff. But, Kroq-gar didn't really pay himself off here. Neither did the Laser Lizards. I mean, 85 kills here is pretty good, but that was mostly against relatively cheap archers. The Temple Guard as well, not being super cost effective. The Cold One Spear Riders actually were very cost effective in helping to take down one of the units of Dragon Princes. But for myself, 37 kills on an XP Chevron on a Phoenix Guard is great. We also got 2 XP Chevrons on these 2 Dragon Princes, 104 and 43 kills respectively. Only 42 and no Chevrons on here, but that's okay. Teclis did his job of healing and using his magic to really support and augment those engagements. And yeah, White Lions did a great job of holding the line, as did the Spearmen. And yeah, I really like this build. I hope you guys let me know if you guys want to try it out on ladder. Let me know what you think. You know, definitely not perfect, but the Dragon Princes are really tough to deal with for a lot of factions. So, hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button and subscribe. I appreciate all the support I get from you guys. Yeah, it's been overwhelming, truly. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.